I have Shiv Sena MP, the one who's currently in government, Maharashtra, Milind Deora, MP of Shiv Sena, joining us live. Thanks very much, Milind, for speaking to India today. Your take on what we see here. Suppose we have no choice but to believe the police version at this point. But looking at the pattern of events in the recent past, there have been cases of encounters being staged. You have the opposition at this point in Maharashtra calling this out as a cold-blooded murder. What would be your response to that?
Firstly, look, let me try to rise above politics because it's election season in Maharashtra. So there's bound to be politics over anything that anyone does. If someone does something good, there's politics. If someone does something wrong, there's politics. I think firstly, we must understand something. When you said that there have been encounters in the past in Maharashtra, there have not been encounters for a long time. This government has changed the way police are used. The police in Mumbai and in Maharashtra are not used for hafta vasuli, for collecting money from industrialists, for extorting money. Please mind you that in a city like Mumbai, which is the commercial economic hub of the country, it's the economic nerve center of this country. During the MVA's time, when Uddhav Thackeray was Chief Minister of Maharashtra, a police officer, rogue police officer, was going outside the home of the country's biggest industrialist and planting bombs, trying to extort money. And when the Chief Minister at the time was asked about that case, the Chief Minister said, why are you comparing that man, the police officer, to Osama bin Laden? So this is a different government. This government is not going to encourage rogue police officers. It's not going to encourage rogue elements in society. What happened firstly in Badlapur was extremely unfortunate. There was a political war wherein the opposition was saying the alleged rapist should be caught, he should be hanged. Now, the opposition is saying we don't believe the police's version of it, we believe the version of an alleged rapist. I think this is very unfortunate. The incident that happened yesterday is also an unfortunate incident. But I believe I trust the police of Mumbai, I trust the police of Maharashtra. Those who are opposed to that, an SIT
Milind
has
Deora,
been
there
formed,
is no version of the rapist here. He's been shot dead. The accused rapist is dead. There is no version of him. We have no other side except for the police's side to see what happened. The version that we have here is of the mother of the accused who's been killed, Akshay Shinde. And she accuses that the cops have deliberately staged this to kill him, to gain brownie points, that you could be working around sensationalism with this case to see if you can get traction from the people of Badlapur ahead of elections.
So let me ask you a question. Should I believe the words of an alleged rapist and their family who was shielding them, the opposition who until recently was saying that this alleged rapist should be hanged? Or should I believe the words of the police and where an SIT has been formed to investigate what happened?
Well, we have no choice but to believe the words of the police at this point. Now, the opposition asked for a judicial probe. Would you welcome it?
Well, I mean, there's an SIT. Let's find out what happened. How did the police's version is this man somehow got hold of the police's revolver, shot at the policeman. A policeman is injured. He got a bullet in his leg. And after which, in self-defense, they killed him. Now, I'm never one who, regardless of my politics, I've never questioned the Mumbai police. I've never questioned the Indian Army. I'm not one of those who, when the army says we went to Uri and we had against Pakistan, that I questioned the armed forces. So beyond the point, we must rise above this politics. Trust our law enforcement agencies. Don't keep questioning them. And for those who are still want to question them, who want to do politics, an SIT has been formed. Let the SIT go into the details. What truly happened? What happened to the assistant police inspector who was shot? Why did they have to, in self-defense, kill the
questions
accused?
arise
since
then,
under
the Constitution here in India, even criminals have legal rights. So questions have risen on those lines if this encounter was staged. But nonetheless, my last question to you, since we're short on time, Milind Deora, do you welcome this? You have people of Badlapur wanting quick justice. They're celebrating on the streets here, saying this is what should be, this is how a deterrent should be put in place. They're welcoming this encounter, saying that he deserves to be shot dead. You know, very limited trust that they have on the judiciary, which prolongs the legal system or prolongs a verdict to be announced by the time, aggrieved family members. They're waiting for this to be done with at the earliest, and they're welcoming this move. Do you welcome it too?
firstly, please don't call it an encounter. You have not proved or established that it's an encounter, number one. And I'm personally against any encounter. I'm against killings which happen like this. But what happened is something which an SIT will determine. If people are celebrating on the streets that this is a good thing, that's a different issue. I'm a legislator. I'm a lawmaker. I believe the law should follow a certain process. Due process must be followed. However heinous the crime is. We're not a mobocracy. We're a democracy. We have systems. We have a judiciary. But having said that, trying to score a political point on the eve of election and not trusting the police, not trusting the army, not trusting law enforcement agencies, in my opinion, is the lowest kind of politics, and that should be condemned.
All right, Milind Deora, thank you very much for joining us, sharing your opinion on this. Of course, we're seeing firecrackers being burst and signs of joy on the streets of Badlapur with people hailing this man, Akshay Shinde, being killed, gunned down by the police. The cops say they shot at him in self-defense, but the people there saying this is quick, instant justice. This man deserves no mercy.